A second on the minute. Tell me if you can hear me right now. Tell me if you can hear me all right in the comments. You know if the audio levels are okay, or if the music is the music too loud. Let me turn that down. That's a good funky music though. That's a nice funky music. Brian Beers, they all deserve what's coming their way. Life has a way of balancing everything out. That's right. That's right. That's why it's so important to forgive them and not hold that bitterness in your heart, brother. That's why it's so important to forgive them and not hold that bitterness in your heart, brother. Wow. Wow. Yo, I think this song came with StreamYard. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the service, everybody. Welcome to the service. I'm going to play another track, actually. No, Into Space. No, Lo-Fi. What a dream. What a dream that we are in. This dream of life. And I'm here to do the commentary on it. So welcome to the service. We're going to talk about... we got a real righteousness review today for the community. We got a whole righteousness review for the community. Christopher Edwards, that's a good way to start it off. Say hello to the congregation. Thanks for coming. Thanks, everybody. Listen, a lot of forgiving to do. Not a lot of time, a lot of forgiveness. Tell me if you can hear me okay, though. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got a lot of sinners. Got a real lineup of sinners. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what it is. We got a real lineup of sinners for the community today to talk about. Let me remove my... Oh, hold on. Now, hold on now. There we go. Now, look at that. Hold on. Where? How do I... Okay. That's a real lineup. That's a real lineup of sinners in the community that we got to talk about. First, I got a great video of Ye on the Alex Jones podcast. This guy Joe did a fantastic little. He actually did a nice little. He put together a nice montage. So let's look at that, and then I'll discuss the morality and of really what the hell's going on with that, and why it's so important for the culture. Let me bring that up. Let's bring up the first clip. It's actually very funny and a very silly thing to watch as a community. It's very good to get together with the community and watch these things, because we have to make sense of what is the morality. We have to make sense of what is the morality, and that's what we do here on Public Forgiveness. My name is Amish Patel. I'm gonna take you through a couple of these sinners, and we're gonna discuss as a culture, as a community, what's this? Who's the sinner? What sin have they committed? How should they repent? And I'll even give my analysis on how to get out of it. I have some good tips for these guys. I'll tell you that. I got some good tips for these guys. Can everyone hear me okay, though? Just tell me if you can hear me. What's up? Lawrence Ohms. Thanks for coming, dude. Yo, sorry I missed meditation. I was sick yesterday, and I still am. All good, BB. All good. Christopher Edwards Bailey. By the way, your comedy videos are popping off on Comedy Central Africa YouTube channel. Oh, God. I don't want to hear about that. Can we get some forgiveness for the chat? I forgive the chat. Bartzak, I forgive the chat. Let's pull up our first. Forgiveness. This is Ye v. Alex Jones. Let's take a look at it. Because there's a lot actually to unpack here. Can y'all see this okay?
Human has to the table, especially Hitler. President. I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
I mean, already he's taking very powerful, beautiful teachings like loving kindness and forgiveness, and that everyone has a value to bring, and which is true, and which is actually true, but it delegitimizes. he says something like this, and then it delegitimizes. Then people got to look at it and say, "Oh my God, what the hell?" Like then this is why nobody believes in loving kindness, because he is ruining the good name of the teachings. But let's continue it.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. I think Hitler did very cool things. I think Obama did. Oh no, I've been wearing a mask for a while.
The music's great. I like the din 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 din.
Hey guys, if you're not talking back, I'm like really hypersensitive to sound. If you guys want to talk, just go down below, please. Hello. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, shut up. I'm through on the tablets right now. Instagram is about prostitution. Everyone, shut up. No one cares. Shut up. No one cares. Shut up. It's done. Everybody shut up.
Again, why bring up Jesus right now? Incredible teacher, incredible teachings from Jesus. But when he brings it up in this context, what he's doing, he's ruined. It's.
Everybody shut up. Go home. You scared little Ben. You scared little town home. You scared little Lucas.
It is funny. Sometimes I wonder, like, sometimes I wonder why people watch TV, because I'm like, have you seen real life? Like, there's real life characters and villains and like all kinds of psychos in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to watch a TV show, movie. They're going to write a character like this. You're going to say, I don't know. It's not believable. But real life, you know what? And that goes back to this classic teaching I've been saying on this channel. God writes the best jokes. And God has the best characters in his play. Her play.
There's one place in the Bible where it says God sees sin differently, and there's another place where it says, let me get out my phone. I can like really pull up the exact thing it says in the Bible. Let me stop you.
Come on, man. That's another one. Let me channel. That's what the spiritual teachers are all doing. And they're channeling very righteous works. It's like prophecy, but modern. Like, I don't know if you guys are into the Course in Miracles. Incredible book. That's channeled. And now when this guy talks about channeling, it delegitimizes. I feel like I'm channeling. It delegitimizes the channeling system. Sorry, dude. I'm going to fix that.
Shut up. No one cares. Jesus is king. Shut up. It's done. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Go home to your scared little
Is that better?
bins.
Is that better, Lawrence? Man. I can't believe this.
And your scared little town home and your scared little movie contracts. And shut up. Don't talk to me about nothing, bro. What do you think? There's one place in the Bible where it says God sees sin differently, and there's another place where it says, let me get out my phone. I can like really pull up the exact thing it says in the Bible.
Wow, he has it there. He brings it with him. That's very, and that's why I think it's important for me to cover this, because y'all know that I am a spiritual teacher. You'll know that I am a spiritual teacher. I lead a loving kindness meditation, and this is. I can't believe how many of our teachings he is taking and he is bastardizing for this. You know what I mean? So many loving teachings that coming from him right now, it's not good for the community, because now everyone's going to be like, so those teachings that Kanye is doing. Those powerful teachings that led him to love Hitler and do this and this. That's basically what people are going to say. And that hurts me, because the teachings are powerful. Let's continue.
Let me stop you, because Dave Chappelle.
Alex,
Go ahead.
let me channel.
All right, go ahead.
Channel. If I say
channeling.
Now I forgot what I had to say. Let me meditate. Let me get into a place.
Come on, dude. He's doing all the meditation stuff. This is really looks bad for the meditation community. We got to get together and do something on this. This needs positive PR, people. This is not a good look for the meditation scene. How many words is he taking and using and just ruining them? How could he do this to us?
All right, go ahead.
Love you, brother. Jesus is king. I love Hitler. Anybody who looks at pornography is a form of a pedophile also. God does view sin differently, and that he proscribed a different punishment. But hey, guess what, Elon? I got a Twitter, and today I'm gonna have Nick and Alex tweet from my account. You like that, Ari Emanuel?
I'm all about free speech.
A Christian can stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes.
You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
This is a lot. Again, he's very proscribed. Ace Ventura 122494. Yeah, well, I mean, proscribed. Yeah. I just can't believe how many. This is really bad for the meditation scene. He is just taking all of our teachings and just ruining them. Just ruining them. I mean, honestly, like, what kind of example is this going to set? I'm going to take off my logo. Hold on a second. Stay right there. Let me continue the video.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. This guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician. You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table.
So many powerful teachings being dropped in the total wrong context. This is Kali Yuga, people. This is the time of maximum ego, maximum suffering. I mean, what is, like, the fact that it's crazy. It's like all these spiritual scammers, you know, grifters. They all have this in common. They come from a place of righteousness. I am righteous, and all must listen to me.
Especially Hitler. Hitler was born Christian.
And the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shook people down, did a lot of really bad things.
Well, they did good things too. We're going to stop dissing the Nazis all the time. The Jewish media has made us feel like the Nazis and Hitler have never offered anything of value to the world. Also, it's like there's Jewish people that are basically hiding me under their floorboards right now, under their wooden floors. It's like a reverse version of the Holocaust.
What is he talking of? He always does these comparisons. He's been doing these comparisons where he's like, he'll take someone that's really oppressed and he's like, that's what the media is doing to me. Like anyone in a really tough situation, like he's looking at Ukraine and Russia right now and he's saying, hey man, I feel bad for the people of Ukraine. I'm like the people of Ukraine getting bombed by the Russia, the media, and I suffer too. So I'm with you, people of Ukraine. Like that's what I've heard him do that a couple of times. He's already been doing that move where he takes any worst suffering in the world. He finds the worst suffering and it's just like me. They are being oppressed by this dictator, and I'm being oppressed by the dictatoriality of the mainstream media. They're dictatorialists.
Soros can come to Christ. It is a possibility that he can convert and come to Christ.
You've got a little bit of the Hitler fetish going on.
It's not a fetish. They call me anti-Semite. They said I'm a nigga in rap. They said I'm black. They told me, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Okay, James Brown, you tell me who I am. This is the future president you're talking to right now.
I'm not defending him. I'm saying, isn't it good to try to get Middle East peace?
Let's ask Nick.
Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
I got to watch my accounts because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks.
I get the frozen.
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at, I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
It gets to the nature of Judaism.
Man. He really goes off on this one. 9 minutes. There's still 8 minutes left. 7 minutes left. This is, yeah. I mean, so far the amount of meditating. Let me just say clearly, openly, for the loving kindness community, that we condemn this. This is foolish, and he is a big insult to our culture too and our community. I can't believe how many of our teachings that he has just taken. The idea that everyone deserves to have love and everyone, you know, has something to give. These are all powerful teachings. What?
Which is the fact that Jews do not believe that Christ was the Son of God. And in fact, they're the only group that hate Jesus.
Every form of pornography is only 10 years away from pedophilia. Everyone is so outraged and focused on Balenciaga, but then we're still aborting our kids. We're still fornicating.
Why is he? Okay, so we went to anti-abortion. You know this guy's going to go anti-abortion. You go hard right wing, you go anti-abortion. Okay, fine, fair enough. But also, I do like that he's trying to bring light to the dangers of pornography. I don't think pornography is all 5 years away from thing, but I do think all pornography leads you to weird S&M dominatrix type of shit that's maybe not good for you as a man. Maybe he's got a point about those pornographers, people. Maybe he's got a point about those pornographers, people. They're getting rich off of our net, aren't they? Getting rich off of our net. Laughing all the way to the bank. On your net. I agree with him. I'm full NoFap, people. NoFap. No nut. I like to go no nut on it. And I like that someone's speaking out because you can't really, you know what's crazy is that really like liberal people, I feel like they're pro porn. They feel like there should be a sexual liberation thing to it. And they're like, no, it's not. It is okay to love yourself and to pleasure yourself and masturbate. And if you watch some pornography, that is okay. You're not a bad person. But I do see it now. The pornography, it's too good. It's too good. It's like a crack cocaine. And you know what? I'm going to give him a forgiveness on that. Let's continue it.
A really cool leader at one time.
What do you think about the Ukraine war? What do you think about the devaluation dollar? What do you think about FTX and Bitcoin? There's so many topics.
Nick?
You're saying you're going to run for president 2024.
I'm not, Alex, you're really good at stating things in a way that get you sued. Alex, love you.
If you're upset with what Kanye West has said today,
it's
let
Ye,
me remind you that
sir.
Kanye West, excuse me, Ye. Let me correct that. Ye.
I do love Hitler. I do love the Zionists. I love everyone. The Zionists cannot tell me who I can love and not love.
People need to take that for what it is. I wouldn't call you autistic. You have a savantish thing about you. And I think that's a positive and a negative. Nick, you want to say anything? I hope.
No, we're going to pray. No hoping. We pray.
I pray Elon is for real.
No, pray to God, not to Elon.
I pray
to Jesus Christ.
What else do you want to tweet out to folks? Everything right now is going super mega total viral. What is your message to Trump right now? What's your message to the
super mega total viral? Love the music. Yeah, no, at this point, this is like it's like the stuff that he said earlier. That's at least now he's just in kooky territory and it's not infringing on my beliefs or anyone's beliefs. It's just kooky, silly. It is right terrible, though.
I don't know who DeSantis is. I never heard of the guy.
What?
There's a lot of good Nazis that were just fighting for their country. So for them all to get put in a box, they're all in a box. Every Nazi is bad. Well, could some of the Nazis have just been fighting for their country? Oh, we can't put them all in a box.
I don't think Hitler was a good guy. I get the Hugo Boss.
Man, they went back and they battled on this for like 2 hours. Now, you know what's crazy is that I think I blame the little kid there, Nick Fuentes, because I think Nick Fuentes fully believes in this. And here's the thing, and I hate to say this, but I've said this before about other issues where it's like, I think I've told you guys like about that documentary like a million times where it's like, I watched the anti-fracking documentary. This is a big Jay Okerson bit, by the way. I watched the anti-fracking documentary. I'm like, we got to stop fracking. Why are we fracking? We got to stop doing this. Da-da. Then I see an anti-fracking documentary, and I'm like, why the hell aren't we fracking? What are we, stupid? These guys have that thing to them. It's kind of like when you watch American History X and the Nazi was like giving his speech. Even as a brown guy, like, obviously I don't believe in it. I'm not going to, but you know, there's something about human beings that we just love a person who believes in something. So even when these guys are preaching their thing, I think that's what, anyway, I'm just saying, I think that's what happened to Kanye. I think he's heard 2 or 3 days of straight Nazi propaganda, preaching. It's brainwashed him. And now he's got issues. And listen, we're at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how I think he can save himself. Cause I think I have the solution on this. I know you guys are thinking this is over. This is impossible. He's done. He's dead. Just done. You're done. Over it. No, I think there's a way out. And I'll tell you what it is in a second. But let's
uniforms, amazing. But I mean, just because you're in love with the design, you're a designer. Can we just kind of say like you like the uniforms? But that's about it.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things.
Actually, all the Jews in my life overall were very nice people. So
I'm actually tired of hearing about the Jews. Like I love them. Honestly, I don't even care that much. You know,
we spent the last 2 hours talking about it
because it's fun. It's fun. I don't really care that much about Hitler. I love him. I see he's like a cool guy. You know, it's like he it's like he had a really cool outfit and stuff, and he was a really good architect. And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just like factually incorrect.
Well, I think Hitler did target and kill some people.
I think Obama killed Palestinians.
I'm tired of hearing I'm a Nazi. I'm really serious. I'm not. And I think by them falsely accusing people, some people are going to become Nazis.
I am.
I'm
a Nazi, Ari Emanuel. Isn't that what it said? Say it loud. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. And then crack came. Stop the trafficking. Instagram is sex trafficking. And I'm probably the lowest IQ here of anyone speaking. Oh, Adam, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Alex, what we did is we brought Netanyahu, probably the lowest.
I blame this guy. I think he's been listening to this guy for 2 days. This guy has, and he's confident and he's aggressive. And when he starts going, if your mind's in a jelly place, doesn't know. This is what happens. Like young people get radicalized, and then they can just repeat it too. But he's got that fervor, you know? He does have that fervor that'll get the people riled up. So I think he got Kanye riled up. Sorry, I shouldn't call him Kanye. By the way, you can't call him Kanye. That's dead naming. Only say yay. Apparently he's working with Milo Yiannopoulos, and Milo Yiannopoulos told people, like, listen, if you say the full name, that's dead naming. So even they've appropriated the trans terminologies. They are just appropriating. They're terrible.
IQ here of everyone speaking. Oh, Adam, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Alex, what we did is we brought Netanyahu with us.
I'm in the twilight zone right now.
Netanyahu, what do you have to say? It was God. It was God for Trump to meet with. Okay. I had no idea your voice is going to sound like that, Netanyahu. Because it's the last time you ever hear from me.
Did you guys realize?
That's actually very offensive, mostly as a comedian. I honestly don't mind some criticism or some attacks on Netanyahu. I think it's a little dangerous anytime someone was a prime minister, and he was the prime minister of Israel, and then he stopped, and then he became again. And I think anytime someone is like gonna become I think it's a red flag anytime someone is running a country, president, prime minister, whatever, and then they stop, and then 2 years later, like, I have to go back. It's like, come on, guys. That's a dictator. That's someone who wants power too much. But this joke that he's doing where he gets a net and a bottle of Yoo-hoo, that's very offensive. As a comedian, I do find it offensive. As the point of the joke, I mean, I think Netanyahu needs criticisms, to be honest. I think he's done, I don't know. Yeah.
Realize that the British government created Hitler?
This is the voice of Netanyahu. I'm leaving for now, too. It's another meeting, and then I'm going to say...
That's like opposite. Honestly, but the charm of Netanyahu is that his name is Bibi, and his voice is like, hello, I'm Bibi. Hi, call me Bibi. Hey, call me Bibi. He has the deepest voice. He's got a voice he's got a nice dictator depth. Just in the voice, he's got that depth in his voice. And I think he's power hungry guy. Sorry. I think he's very power hungry, but this joke is unacceptable. To bring the net and the Yahoo. This is called prop comedy, and it's rude and it's unacceptable, and you shouldn't do it.
The real
Nick, I got a question. If I say something that's provocative towards the Mossad, is that misogynistic? Hold on, let's hear from that. Hey, I'm the head of the Mossad. I'm going to kill you and take your children away from you. Thanks a lot, Netin. Back to you, Alex. So we're going to call him Netin. What you want, Netin? Hey, right after this, I'm going to say you're crazy. I'm going to take your family away from you. We're not done with you yet. You cannot cause free thought. We have to control the history books. We have to control the banks. And we have to go and kill people. Also, we're in the country. I love Jerry. Hey, this is Netin. This is insane. You are an insane person. How could you say so? But it's okay that I practice Chinese water torture on myself. Netin don't want to say nothing. I'm Netanyahu. I ain't never had a supermodel. Yeah, Cattell. Forget about me.
Him on NPR and him on 60 Minutes saying the best time of his life was rounding up and killing Jews. Ye never killed any Jews.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I do not. The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities.
But tell us, you think Hitler was a good guy in World War II?
I think God says man should not kill. We should not have wars, period. None of us should be killing anybody. Ukraine and the streets of Chicago, all violence should stop, and we should all serve Christ. That's what I feel. Well, okay, James Brown, you tell me who I am.
Yeah, well, that's it. I'll tell you, there's a couple of things he can do. One is one thing that he can do is I think the most powerful way to get out of this is he needs to go full into the he needs to lean into the mental health thing. I think so. I think he could even shoot a video where he takes the pills and then then you can just see on his face that the mind is calculating. Like he takes the pills and he's just like chilling. And then, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then he just goes, oh my God, what have I been saying? I'm really sorry, guys. My bad. That's my bad. Let's just forget this ever happened. Oh my God. My bad, guys. My bad. That's what he has to do. My bad, didn't take my pills. Yeah, and then make an album. You got to make the album. Back in the day, he used to do all these these publicity stunts, but mean, like when he attacked Taylor Swift. just mean. But, you know, can't be a white supremacist because he took it from Taylor Swift and he wanted to give it to Beyonce. So that's another forgiveness. But at the end of the day, like, you know, this is weird. I think it's a brainwash. And I think, yeah, he needs to take the pill and be like, what the hell have I been saying? Yeah, you know what? My bad, guys. My bad. Just ignore the whole thing. And that's it. That's the only way out. And then, of course, make an album. Because before he would do stuff not this offensive, but like 30% of this, 20%, 30% as offensive as this. He would do some attacks, and then the album would drop. And the album would be so banger that you just have to say, well, still love Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. But we're not going to, you know, when the album comes out, you let it all go. You just say, okay, I can hold both in my head. Like, I love Taylor Swift, but this album rips. This album rips. But this really is, and I think final just point on this, and I want to ask you guys a question. But the final point on this is like, this is really what the poison of anger and bitterness and resentment and how it can just weigh on a person and drive them crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this is why it is so important to do forgivenesses. Yeah. On yourself, on others. Because right now, I feel like after everything I've seen, it feels a little bit like he's basically like, he's basically what he's doing is like, he is getting mad. Like a couple of people got mad at him. A couple of people screwed him over for money. And then instead of just being mad at those 2 or 3 people, he's let it fester and fester and fester. And now it's become like all the Jews, but it was maybe just 1 or 2 business people that screwed him over. And even that, did they screw him over? It's hard to tell with people like this. I mean, he is just not fully there a little bit. So anyway, listen, I can't forgive you on that joke, but I will have to forgive you on the, forgive do go mental health on it. That's it. I think he can come back. It's Kali Yuga time. Yeah. Because people don't want to be elevated by the love and kindness. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Who's going to distribute the album? His career is dead as a doornail. Merry Christmas. You know, honestly, do you need someone to deliver your album? Like right now, if he just dropped a mixtape on his website, I think it would be fine. That's what even The Weeknd did for like 3 albums before he got signed. And then, but for like 3 albums, sold millions just released on his website. Music is still like that, I think. I feel like you can still find a way to release it today creatively, but I don't know. Motabet says, so don't cancel Kanye. Well, it's not up to me to cancel or not cancel. Honestly, I don't believe in cancel like that. Like, I just don't. I think he's having a mental health breakdown. Yeah. He should be like made to go to like the doctors or something. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in that more than believing in like, okay, nobody's allowed to, you know what I mean? It's like, he's clearly kooky and like lost it and really suffering himself more. I don't think you need to I don't think you need to cancel people, because I really think like because here's the thing, you cancel someone and then you basically, I feel like, make them more powerful in a way. It's like he's trying to get canceled. Young Tuna says, loving kindness, wish me luck. I have my real estate exam tomorrow. I'm listening to you while I study. Young Tuna, good luck on the real estate, dude. Make some money. Make money. Young Tuna, you're studying for the real estate license. Hey, is now the time to get into real estate? We got to do an episode on real estate next week, because next week, real estate, I got to say, it does scare the shit out of me. It feels like there's a market crash coming, but that could be the time to get into it too. I don't know. Victor Tober, didn't he have bipolar disorder? Yes, he does. And that's why I honestly think you do the pills, you do the act out. And then I think he has to do community service, quite frankly. Then I think he does have to do some community service for mental health, whatever, you know. Is that inappropriate to call it the Battle of Madness? Let me put on one of these comments. I actually think you're right. He has had enough of a fan base to sell by himself. Ghoulish Grin Films. Yeah, he could sell by himself. The problem is that he's not making the music. And by not making your art, I think you just go crazy. You go kooky and you go silly. It is, and that's too bad. But I did want to talk about this other story. Man, You know what caught my eye actually today? Is I finally just saw again Elizabeth Holmes. Really, I just want to compare her two boyfriends. And I know it's because I just saw like what a uncle her boyfriend, her last boyfriend looks like while she was running the company. And just to set this up real quick, if you guys don't remember, Elizabeth Holmes is another sinner. Another one of these sinners. Told everyone that she had a miracle blood testing device. Turned out the whole thing was a fugazi, a whole big flop, a big nothing doing. And now look at her, man, with the boyfriend. Oh my God. Every time I see this boyfriend holding her hand, he just looks so committed. Like, we're going to get you out of this, baby. And it's like, this poor rich kid. He's a good looking guy, rich kid. And is that his mom or her mom? Probably her mom. Can you imagine, like, your son starts dating this psycho? What do you do? It's terrorism. It's family terrorism. You can't do anything because I love her, Mom. I love her. And you're not going to come between us. And he's so in love and so like, I'm with you. We're going to do it. And he had a kid with her. Oh my God. That is terrifying. But I did want to show you the other guy, though, the uncle. Let's just play a bit
Elizabeth Holmes cried and stuttered as she recounted for the jury how she was raped at Stanford during her freshman year and how she processed that experience by dedicating herself to building a life by building a company. She also described her relationship.
That's the guy. Sorry.
With Sunny Balwani, who she met when she was 18, how he mentored her in business, and later how they had a live-in romantic relationship.
Balwani! I'll tell you what Balwani needs to do too. Because Balwani's on trial too. His trial might be over, but I'll tell you what he should have done. Sunny Balwani, he goes in, he goes, Your Honor, look at me. I had to get the pussy. I mean, what am I going to do? Nobody has wanted to have sex with me in 10 years. She comes along, wants to bang me. Am I funding her fraud business? Am I get to the tune of millions of dollars? Well, yeah, but worth it. I had to do it. This guy to get laid, basically. To get laid. That's where I'm seeing the morality. That's my morality judgment on this. Let's continue.
Said he became controlling, told her how to act, to be more masculine, to succeed in business, and would sometimes force her into sex.
Okay, the last one is wrong. Force into sex? No, that's not acceptable. But you give someone millions of dollars in their business, millions, you're gonna say, hey, try talking with a more aggressive voice. Yeah. Millions. This guy might be broke now. This Balwani. Just had to get the pussy, brother.
Holmes said she took detailed notes of abusive episodes on her phone, which was shown to the jury.
It's very compelling evidence, and it certainly goes to whether or not she could form the intent to defraud.
Holmes said she became more and more isolated from her family and friends. It was around this time when Theranos was having problems with its blood tests, which were rolling out in Walgreens. Holmes said she moved out of their home while Balwani was on a foreign business trip and later fired him.
If that's true, if she fired him, then maybe that's inconsistent with him having control over her.
The prosecution will get a chance to...
Dude. Just played him, right? Just played him like she's playing the other guy. This is the con behind the con. Everyone's talking about the surface level con, which is like the blood company, blah, 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 blah. But where does the money come from? Follow the money. And the money comes from banging, strategic banging, scam banging. This is a scam banging if I ever goddamn seen one. How is she dating this guy?
Cross-examine Holmes starting tomorrow in San Jose. Len Ramirez, KPIX 5.
Well, 12 counts of fraud, 12 guilty verdicts. A federal jury in San Jose convicted former Theranos president Sunny Balwani on all counts today. The verdict comes 6.
Was it worth it, you sinners? Oh, fraud. Just a joke in the community. But look at this. Oh, God.
Months after his ex-girlfriend and former Theranos.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. He's just got to be like, Your Honor, look at me. Look at her. I had to do it. Okay? I had to bang her. I just had to. And then She asked for the money. I just gave her the money. I honestly, I think that's a better case than hers, where she just goes. Sometimes.
CEO Elizabeth Holmes was found guilty on 4 counts of fraud.
Because her thing is just a selfish, like, I just want to be rich. I want to make a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I lied to everyone, whatever. That guy has a better case. He could at least say, but I thought we were in love. Once we were in love, I just said, maybe, I don't know, maybe deepen your voice a little bit in the meetings. And yeah, here's another million. You know, like that's probably what happened, and that's what he should say happened, but it's over now.
Balwani sat stone-faced as the verdicts were read and made no comment after he left court afterwards. The jury sided with the prosecution, saying he defrauded investors and patients with faulty blood testing technology. His attorneys later released a statement saying they were, quote, disappointed in the verdict and may consider an appeal. He's set to be sentenced in mid-November, and court watchers say it's clear this jury believes he was calling the shots at the now-defunct Palo Alto company.
When it came to things like the harm that Theranos could have caused patients, that was far more a result of operational decisions that were made at Theranos rather than executive and strategic decisions. Sunny Balwani was ultimately the person making those calls.
NBC Barry Scott Budman joins us now. You were in court for both the Elizabeth Holmes and the Sunny Balwani trial. It's been months of your life this year. Big difference here. Sunny Balwani convicted on
Victor Tauber says, Victor Tauber says, I like powerful girls, NGL. What does NGL stand for? I like powerful girls. Yeah, no, it's true, man. No way they were selling in Walgreens. Yeah, no, couldn't get it passed in Walgreens. I saw some documentaries on it. Yeah, no, I couldn't get it passed, Couldn't get it passed. She just faked it. She just would lie about it. She's crazy. That sketch does not look like her. Yes. Hello, LMAO, but it's true love. But it's love. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I said I'm not gonna lie at this forgiveness meditation. I'm not gonna lie in front of these sinners.
Counts. Elizabeth Holmes basically
in front of these sinners.
Right.
Why was that?
You know, it's hard to say, but basically the jury, when they did speak after the Elizabeth Holmes trial, said they thought she lied, and we heard evidence that she lied to investors, and that's fraud. But there was a buffer between Elizabeth Holmes and the patients. One of the causes, at least 4 of the charges, were defrauding patients. That buffer turned out to be Sunny Balwani. So the jury said, yes, Balwani was also in on it with Holmes, conspiracy to defraud investors. They also nailed him for defrauding the patients, and that was a big difference.
Right. She was not convicted on defrauding patients. Big difference also, he did not testify. Elizabeth Holmes did. Do you think that hurt him?
I think it may have hurt him, but it may have been a situation where he just was not going to be helped at all. We knew, because we covered Elizabeth Holmes pre-trial, she was very charismatic. She was able to get all these people to give her money, and she was
this goofball Balwani. That's why he needs to do the I was in love verdict. His goofiness would have played in his advantage, idiot. God damn it. I got to start representing these guys. I got to start getting this advice out earlier. This is like, he's done now. He's over. He's toast, this guy. He needed to go in there, put on some glasses, go more goofy, but innocent, sweet goofy, and go in and say, I just loved her so much. I gave her everything. I asked for nothing in return. I just gave it all to her. I loved her too much, y'all.
Very good witness, and she was. And I think she convinced the jury, at least in some ways, to let her off the hook on some of.
Look at me. Who's going to bang me? Who's going to have sex with me, huh? I just loved her too much.
Those counts. Sunny Balwani, I never met him
way.
before. On the Theranos events, he was never put forward. It was always Elizabeth Holmes. So we don't know what kind of a person he was. Then we read some of the journalism that was done by Wall Street Journal reporters and the documentaries that came out that all said he was the heavy. Nobody liked him, and people did testify in this very trial that he was the heavy, even abusive, as Elizabeth Holmes said. So if he took the stand, would that have come across? Who knows? But we have to say he paid attorneys a lot of money to make that decision. They decided we're not going to hear from him. So we don't really know what would have happened.
Okay, and it's not over yet. The sentencing comes later this year.
Right. Elizabeth Holmes will be sentenced in September. Balwani sentencing set for November, and there are still likely appeals to come.
Okay, thanks, Scott Budman. And our coverage on the Theranos trial continues online. We've posted the verdict form, which goes into great detail on all the charges. You can check it out at NBCBayArea.com.
Compelling and emotional testimonies.
This is, it's just so, look at the boyfriend. Look at the new young boyfriend. Oh my God. She's just ruining this guy's life, eh? He's done. He's like some real estate mogul. By the way, Victor Tauber, that's the mark, bro. That's the mark. You need to get his real estate. He's going to be broken up in shambles after this. That's how you make money in real estate today. You got to get in there. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in between them and figure out the deal and do the last transactions. Because in another couple of years, he's going to, like, what's going to happen to this relationship? I guess maybe her bad girl days are done and now she's just going to be straight edge. Some girls do it. They have a rock and roll phase. They do fraud. They do whatever. And then they just go straight and narrow and they go, okay, I'm going to have a nice boyfriend and go to sleep. But that last dude, oh my God. Let's do Holmes. Balwani. This is too cute. This is the picture that she needs to use, not him. And then he needs to use a picture where he's even more, he needs to be more goofy in his.
To opening statement today in the fraud and conspiracy case against Ramesh Sunny Balwani, the former boyfriend of Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes, going on trial 2 months after.
Poor guy, dude. I love her too much. She's so beautiful. I still love her. That's it. That's what you got to do. I wonder what he just lost everything.
Rebecca Jarvis has.
And I can tell you what he did. He probably just played it straight and narrow and admitted to what he did wrong and then said, you know, like he probably just played it straight. And that's the difference between the psychos and the people that just get hurt and abused and thrown out on the side. He's not cutthroat like that. I don't think he's cutthroat like that. I don't think if he was really cutthroat, we would have all seen it probably. And he would have had a publicist working on it, making it out like he's getting abused. She's abusing him. And then really play hard immigrant angle though. Hard. I've never had love in my life. You know, like I got swept away. I'm sorry. I was in love and I didn't know what I was doing. And it's a big mistake. And she just, you know, say she was forcing you to have sex. You got to beat her to that punch, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just saying that about like, that's so bullshit. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think? Who's hot or not on that? I want to ask you guys, Elizabeth Holmes, question. Would you bang her? Because I still feel like pretty cute. And that is his angle that he wanted to go on, but couldn't. Fraud is a rock and roll phase. I mean, for her, for most of us, no, but for her, it's definitely a rock and roll phase. Let's hope. Hey, Ghoulish, let's hope it's a phase. Let's hope this is it and she's fixed her ways and she's not doing this anymore. Fraud is pretty rock and roll to be real. I mean, it is. Yeah, fraud can be kind of rock and roll too. I mean, we've seen some of these guys rocking and rolling, you know, on this channel. Look at that Sam Bankman-Fried. We should talk about Sam Bankman-Fried actually next because that's Sam Bankman-Fried. the one with COffeezilla is actually pretty good. SBF. Let's do this one. Because I don't want to do his 26-minute one. I saw that one too, but I just want to do like a short. And let's go. Let's put the banner up, people. Dun, dun, dun. COffeezilla v SBF FTX. What is the morality? What is the morality? CB Applejack, he is trying so hard to do a scam apology to her. I know, right? Hey, what's up, Amish? What's up, Addy Valley? How you doing, baby? McZemzem says SBF Bankman fraud. Yeah, he's a fraud. Clown, yes. I would bang a soft piece of bread at this point. Ryder69. Well, it's my pleasure to tell you, Ryder69, that you can bang a piece of bread. You can bang one right now, dude. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Do it during the show. I don't mind. If anyone out there, listen, everyone, if you're chilling out, hanging out, listening to the talk, listen, grab yourself a drink. You want to have a little smoke? Want to have a little drink? Go ahead, get yourself a drink. This is the congregation. Talking about the culture, talking about the issues. So if you want to go have a drink or you want to grab a piece of bread, spit in it and just wrap it around your wiener and just hold it there, or your bean. McZemzem says Ryder69 knows how to butter a loaf. God knows he does. SBF drives a Corolla, but SBF drives a Corolla. I know. That's another thing that he did that's really bad for the more spiritual community, because we believe in not being so, aggressive with showing off our wealth. And then he does that. And then you see what people, now these millionaire people are saying, like, no, show off your wealth. Be a hustle boy. Be a hustle playboy, hustle boy. Like Tate was saying this. Foolishness. Anyway, let's watch this.
COffeezilla, the mic is yours, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. I just wanted to quickly ask. So there's this big question about this $8 billion that went into some kind of a stub account. If I just want to get some clarification on this, from my understanding, what you're basically claiming is that back when FTX didn't have banking, you'd use Silvergate through to have people to wire money to Alameda Research and then credit them on the
Hey everyone, if you hate the scammers, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the like and hit it twice. No, just hit it once. If you hit it twice, then it unhits it. Just hit the like, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and let's study the morality of this whole thing.
side, but you didn't actually account for that money going back to them. So essentially you had like $8 billion coming to FTX you didn't have on the books, technically. I mean, can you explain more how that worked? Because it seems like such a key part of this whole thing. And so far we've gotten like very vague things about stub accounts. Just try to be as specific as you can on how that actually happened.
So, and again, some of these are things I'm trying to piece together that I don't have the full answer to, but I think that part of it was, I believe that
I hate his stupid voice. He's just got that such a cocky voice. Those are some things that I don't really have the answer to. Those are some of the things that I wouldn't really know about that. Wasn't my department. It's like cocky pussy. Right? It is. There's like, it's like it's soft, but then there's like this sureness to it. What is this guy's he's crazy. It's an interesting technique. We haven't seen this technique from a lot of people because most of them are alpha male and they go hard alpha, but he's doing something in the middle. He's alphaing, being like, that wasn't my department and I wouldn't know that.
How that worked, because it seems like such a key part of this whole thing. And so far we've gotten like very vague things about stub accounts. Just try to be as specific as you can on how that actually happened.
So, and again, some of these are things I'm trying to piece together that I don't have the full answer to, but I think that part of it was, I believe that there was, correct FTX accounting, in terms of, the audited financials, but that at least I can say that when you sort of pulled up, on a dashboard, what the accounts look like, it would not have, it wouldn't have displayed, those transfers, and it wouldn't have displayed the balances related to those, which meant that it was, that the sort of what you would naively see as the relevant, it's the relevant sort of position size was quite a bit smaller than what the full position size was.
Specifically, you're talking about the funds that went into Alameda that was credited to FT on the customer side on FTX. Yeah, you're saying that basically when you looked at your dashboard, Alameda was using those funds to trade perhaps, but that ultimately you couldn't see that on the Alameda side because there was some kind of an accounting problem where there was a mix up with where it was credited. Is that the story?
Yeah, it's something roughly like that, or at the very least that the common displays of it did not include that piece of the accounting.
A real quick second follow-up. So I've talked to a few Alameda insiders, and I've kind of run them by your story of things. I think you probably are aware. I'm pretty skeptical. And they...
I think you know that I think you're a liar. I think I've called you a liar like 19 times. He does keep saying, like, on his channel, he's like, this guy's a liar, and he lied, and he's a liar, and he's a sinner. But then even when he was talking to him on this one, he was like, well, it's hard to believe you because you have said, you have not told the truth so many times. You have said something, and then that turned out to be not true several times that you did that. And so it's hard I have to push back on you on this. And he just does. Yeah, it's true. Someone was saying that the mainstream media is giving him a softball. Look, I think there's one New York Times interview that was good. But other than that, yeah, they softball now, I guess because they jerked him into the spot. They up-jerked him into the spot. They said, go. Like a year ago, they were like, we got the crypto king. This kid's worth $85 billion. Just gave $40 million to the Democratic Party. We got him in studio. Sam Bankman-Fried. How you doing, baby? How you doing? And they just jerked him up to the moon. So now that he's a fraud, now they must feel some guilt of like, you know, do we want to just go and tell her? Do we want to just say we screwed this one up? Or do we want to just be like, so how did it happen? I mean, the whole thing looks so convincing.
One of them, when I told them, like, sort of like, could it be that Sam wouldn't know about this? Somebody who worked with you. And they actually, like, they laughed and they said, there's no way he's claiming to be stupid now when he was like this genius wonder kid. And so my sense of things is, how do you explain this? How do you explain the fact that some of the people who worked with you for years, your employees have come out and said, there's no way he didn't know about these backdoors. There's no way he didn't know what Caroline was doing when you guys were very close. The offices were right next to each other. I mean, how do you expect us to believe this story you're spinning?
I mean, I don't.
It's just no. It is just one person lying and then the other person saying, okay, but clearly it is a lie. And why don't you just admit that you're lying?
To say, like, I had a lot going on, and I was spread thin. I was a bit less grounded than I had been before, and I lost track of a lot of important things.
So wild.
Hang on one second. I think spread thin is one thing, right? Like, I think, things can get out of hand, but we're talking about a fundamental understanding of whether Alameda was commingling funds with FTX. I mean, I saw your Stephanopoulos and Sorkin interview, and you're pretty categorical that you had no idea that you were mingling funds. So that's what I'm asking about. Not like, did you know exactly what was happening on November 7th or 8th? I mean, I can understand sort of things getting out of control, but we're talking about the most fundamental grasp on how your business worked. You're telling us you had no idea.
I was not aware of a lot of what was going on, was not spending my.
So there's the arrogance, like, I was not aware of what was going on, and I wasn't spending time there, and I was spread very thin, and I had a lot on my mind. I was spread very thin, and I had a lot on my mind, and I wasn't really focusing the time on there. So yeah, the funds disappeared, and I don't know, and
much time, and on looking at position risk management. It was a big mistake.
I don't know who said, oh, I believe you have, like, good intentions here. SBF has only one intention, which is to save himself from jail. Let's all keep an eye on that, because if you want to read into his statements, everything is said with the idea that he's trying to paint a narrative of himself, that he made an embarrassing mistake, that although he's this genius who went to these top-tier Ivy League schools, worked on Jane Street, wooed everybody from BlackRock to Sequoia, all of a sudden he's an idiot the second he's committed fraud, right? We're supposed to believe he didn't know what was going on the company he started and ran for years. We're supposed to believe he didn't know what was going on right across the street. I mean, how stupid do we have to believe a narrative like that? It's completely insane. But people are like kissing his ass saying, oh, I believe you're doing the right thing. No, he's done enough. He's helped enough. He needs to take a sideline. He needs to go to jail, and people need to get whatever pennies they're going to get back from this whole thing. He's lied from the very beginning. I'm like shocked by the credulity people have in relation to this guy. They just like suck up whatever he's saying. Nearly everything out of this guy's mouth is a lie, except where it lines up with him not going to jail, and then he might tell the truth. But every single thing he says is with the aim of not going to jail, and everyone needs to remember that.
That's a sinner. That is a sinner. Oh, good clip. Good clip. He was spreading his things somewhere else. Wow, how do you forgive a sinner like that? How do you forgive a sinner like that? I mean, he's just not, sometimes forgiveness isn't saying like, okay, it's okay. Like, it's more like, do you do the he's foolish, he knows not what he does? Because there's always the he's foolish, he knows not what he does. And there is a little bit of like delusion in his voice and in his head. Like, he's just like, when he says like, I was spread a little thin, and I didn't have the time, and I wasn't really paying attention, and it got away. And that's it. And wow. Victor Tobo says, I'm not really into this stuff. Is there a chance this guy end up in jail? I don't think so. There's no way. There's no way, dude. In 10 years, COffeezilla will be like an NBC show or a CNN show. Maybe. I don't know. But in 10 years, maybe he'll have the authority to just call someone at the FBI directly and say, arrest this fool. He is foolish. He's a sinner. That's what we need. That's what he needs. I mean, that's what, even when we were talking about all of his branding for his channel, I remember when we were talking about it, when he was first writing it and stuff like that, I was telling him, like, you got to be the cop. You're like the cop. You're like the undercover cop doing it for yourself, whatever. And eventually you almost need to get some people at the FBI that are like, hey, Steven, what do you got on this guy? All right, tell you what, find out if he did this, send me the documents. I'm going to get him. I'm going to arrest him. That's what needs to start happening. You know what I'm saying? Victor Tober says COffeezilla for president. I mean, president at least for Batman. At least for Batman. Like someone at the FBI, CIA needs to start calling him and being like, hey man, you obviously know this better than us. Can you give me the location? Okay, send me that thing where you looked at the wallets, the crypto wallets. Yeah, just send me all those documents. Can you explain it to me? Okay, great. Listen, this is great work. I'm gonna go see if I can arrest this guy. And then that's what they need. I know, dude. This Applejack, and this is where the Democrats are thick as thieves. In bed with these sinners. They're all in bed. His mom is the head of like some Democrat super PAC. Okay, what's the Democrat super PAC his mom's a part of? SBF. These sinners, these goddamn sinners. Super PAC. It's got the dumbest name too. It's like we love all the Americans act or so, like some stupid. How the newest mega donor, Democratic politics. Sam Bankman-Fried's fall cuts off big source of funds for U.S. Look at this. Let's do an article. Actually, we haven't done an article in a while. We got to do more articles. And I'm reading cookies on FCA, except cookies. Sam Bankman-Fried's fall cuts off big source of funds for U.S. Democrats because they're in bed with a sinner. FTX entrepreneur has emerged as the second biggest donor to liberal groups after George Soros. Wow, dude. That's pretty good on an evil person resume. Second biggest after George Soros. You think he gets a call from George Soros like, you did well, son. You did well, son. In 20 years, you will be something. You'll be a big hit. Look at his evil face. That's so evil face. Sam Bankman-Fried stormed on the U.S. political scene with multi-million-dollar donations that led lawmakers, particularly Democrats, to believe he was ushering in the next generation of donors. But in a matter of days, his business empire collapsed into bankruptcy and the prospect of millions more in donations evaporated. Before the fall, that does hurt though. Before the fall of Bankman-Fried's cryptocurrency exchange FTX, the entrepreneur had emerged as the second largest donor to Democrats after George Soros. That's hot. I think someone did a joke about this where they're like, if he's a billionaire, then why is he banging that girl? He's doing sex parties with that girl? But honestly, and this is another Elizabeth Holmes case. Sorry to change the subject, but we got to see this SBF girlfriend. This is so rude, but I remember I think Andrew Schultz does this joke where he's like, why is he banging this? Why is he having sex with this girl? If he's really famous, if he's really a billionaire, and I'll tell you why. Because she's part of the money laundering. She's part of the scam. She owned Alameda and he owned FTX, and Alameda is the other company through which they were doing the big circle jerk of the fund. She's integral to the scam. So you know what? I'm going to give same advice again. What she needs to do. Hold on. Let's do this article actually. You know, because I don't want to go. I want to go after what's the story behind the story. I want to go after who's the sinner and who loves the sinner. Wait, why did I allow this? Block it. Who is Caroline Ellison? What we know about Sam Bankman-Fried girlfriend? I honestly think, guys, I think this is another case where I think she can get off on the charges. She can say, to the charges. Charges coming here. She goes, oopsies. And what she's got to do is play the safe. She's got to do the Balwani. I'm going to call it the Balwani because what Balwani needs to do with Elizabeth Holmes, what she needs to do in this case is she needs to say, I was just a young, innocent girl and I just wanted a boyfriend. I just wanted someone to be my boyfriend. He said he loved me. That's how you get off easy on this. And yeah, you have to say that it was, I just wanted a boyfriend and it started off great and I thought he loved me and I thought he really believed in me, so he put me in charge of this company. Then he told me to do fraud and I said, okay, but I love you. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear fraud and I just did it. And that's how she's gonna get off of this. She can get away with it. Just like Balwani, if you're not as hot, you can pull that move. You can pull that, like, they used me. And then it's believable in court, though. Because him, even though, like, look, he's not ugly like that. And this really is a disparity between guys' looks and girls' looks, which is sad. I know it's sad. Because, like, there's something about her that's, I don't want to be rude, but, like, it's particularly unattractive. And this is important for the case. But with him, he's unattractive, but then he is a psycho and he's a billionaire, and he's not that unattractive. Like, you're mixing in his, like, he's basically just a dude. He just looks like a guy. So for her, it's like, I just wanted to have a boyfriend and I wanted to have a date for prom, and he was there and he said he really liked my glasses, and I said, okay, cool, I'll do it. And then I think that's her way out. That's how she's going to get her forgiveness. I'll say that. Reuters have exclusively reported that Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of CEO FTX, secretly transferred $10 billion of customer funds from SPX to the trading company Alameda Research, which is run by his girlfriend, Caroline Edison. One source put, okay, a large portion of that total has since disappeared, they said. One source put the missing amount at 1.7 billion. The other said the gap was between 1 billion and 2 billion. Bankman-Fried denied making the secret transfer to his crypto trading firm, which is run by his girlfriend, Caroline Ellison. In text messages to Reuters, Bankman-Fried said he disagreed with the characterization of the $10 billion transfer. Actually, I disagree with the characterization that you're making of the transfer. It's not 10 billion. It was actually 10.3 billion. Thank you. I don't want to confirm anything until I have the numbers right. It wasn't 10 billion, and that's the correct number. It's actually 10.7 billion. Thank you. That's what he's going to do in 6 months. He's going to be like, it was 10.7. It was 9.6. We didn't secretly transfer, he said. We didn't secretly transfer, he said. We had confusing internal labeling and misread it, he added, without elaborating. This is classic. All his lines are like this. He's always got an angle. I hope she can talk like this, man. If she needs to talk like this, she needs to be like, I wasn't his girlfriend. I felt forced to be in a relationship because he was giving me so much money and I needed it. And I felt like he loved me and I felt like he was going to turn on me if I didn't give him the money. That's where she needs to go, I think. We didn't secretly transfer. He said. We had confusing internal labeling and misread it, he added without elaborating. In light of his recent development and revelation, people have been curious to know more about Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend, who is Caroline Ellison. Okay, that's fine. That's better. Okay, fine. Sorry. Maybe everyone's just using this picture. This is not a flattering picture, and the hair is not, like, no girl wants her hair picture taken with this kind of hair. But she is also just smiling at the camera. But she does also look like she's 12 and she hasn't learned how to really do her hair yet. You know what I'm saying? So this is a big issue here, people. Caroline Ellison is the CEO of Alameda Research, a quantitative trading firm founded in September 2017 by her boyfriend, Sam Bankman-Fried. Before joining Alameda in 2018, Caroline worked at Jane Street as a trader on the equities desk. Caroline Ellison graduated from North School in 2012. She won numerous math awards, like placing up top 10 at Harvard MIT math competition and receiving an honorable mention from Math Prize, in addition to representing the North Math team. She graduated from Stanford University with a bachelor's degree in mathematics in 2016. In a podcast 2 years ago, Ellison explained that Jane Street was her first job out of college. A diehard mathematician and Harry Potter fan born of two economists, Ellison, she hadn't wanted to go into trading, but just really know what to do with her life. Just didn't really know what to do with her life. She was persuaded to join Alameda by SBF. Persuaded with that dick. That dick too good. Just persuaded, dude. She got persuaded. However, this feeling quickly dissipated when she arrived at Alameda and discovered that she had kind of more trading experience than a lot of Alameda traders. Anyway, wow. Who told you that, huh? That sinner? Sam Bankman-Fried? He said, you know what? You kind of have more trading experience than a lot of Alameda traders. I think you should be in charge. Classic. In light of what has transpired, Ellison's podcast sounds a lot like a list of reasons why you need some experienced people around to help with decision making. She says she was kind of thrown into making decisions at Alameda and that this was a shock after her 19 months at Jane Street, where the decisions she'd made had been pretty circumscribed. Yeah, because you're too low. Like, they're not just going to let you do whatever you want. By comparison, in a startup like Alameda, Ellison said she found herself making a bunch of decisions, a lot of which were really uncertain, and that this was terrifying. Fact check. We strive for accuracy and fairness. If you see something that doesn't look... Okay, cool. Man, you got to put the fact check at the end, eh? Because these two dumbasses lie so goddamn much. You're like, fact check. Hey, So the editor wants us to put this after every Sam Bankman-Fried article. If you see a lie, just let us know, because we just can't tell with this guy. He's lying all the time. He is a big fat liar. It's not going to be easy to give forgiveness on this one. Persuaded. Ghoulish Grin Film says, persuaded. What do you guys think? Do you think she can get off with this excuse? Because I think, and she's got to ugg it up, I'll tell you that. To go to court, she's got to go looking very homely, as we say. As homely as possible, go in, give the, you know what I mean? Make them feel sorry for you. That's what all the psychos do. All these big sinners, once they get caught, they come into jail, like Harvey Weinstein. Oh my God, dude. When I saw Harvey Weinstein with that walker and he's like this, he's like shaking his bum at the same time. He's like, I can't get up the stairs. I can't get up the stairs. He's like shaking, dude. Shaking his ass for the cameras so that he looks vulnerable, because he knows that vulnerability is what makes us fall in love with people. That's why you fall in love. You can't be mad at someone who's vulnerable. And that's the angle that these ding-dong... That's the angle that they all go. The psychos know this. The psychos know. I don't need to tell them. The psychos know. That's why I feel like Balwani, not really a psycho, maybe. Definitely not Holmes' new boyfriend. And then this guy. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have been great. Crowd, appreciate it. Let me just read some of these comments. CB Abijak claims me nothing if you didn't have a paper trail. He also said he knew nothing about a backdoor from Alameda Research and FTX. Well, he knows. Backdoor is just inappropriate for this conversation. Let's just say he was going in the back door. That's for damn sure. That's what the whole thing is. That's what the whole goddamn thing is with him. He got the whole thing done through a backdoor deal. Literally, figuratively, in all ways, backdoor was being used. And then I saw interviews where people are asking, like, so I heard you guys were all having group sex. And he's like, actually, I think that's inappropriate that you bring that up. And I am a citizen of this country, and I have rights, and I have feelings. And that kind of hurts my feelings. Look how weird and annoying I am. Look how weird, nerdy, and annoying I am. Yeah. He looks weak and nerdy. Wait, if he took care of himself, he would be just a guy. Yes. That's what I mean, dude. Let's just look at them again. She's going super nerd. I don't know why she's going super nerd. What's this cartoon? She's going super, super nerd. Childlike nerd. And then he is like, yeah, dude, he's just like a couple of workout. He could work out and be like pretty decent. So I don't know. I see her going for that angle. I think she can pull it off. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. And I think that's it. I think we got all the rips. I mean, there was the Taibibi the Habibi. There is Taibibi the Habibi. I just didn't find funny clips for it. And also it turns out, I mean, the whole Hunter Biden laptop story is, I think, hilarious. But it turns out that the Democrats did not directly tell Twitter not to publish that story. Anyway, we'll do that next week, maybe. Or should we just do it? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. One more. Let's do one more. Yeah, let's do it. Backdoor deals. But that is a suffering. You know what? We can forgive them all on the suffering that, like, you know, you did all this, but at the end of the day, you had to bang these weirdos. Like, you basically had to fund yourself banging these weirdos. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do the quick one. Let's do a quick last second. This is the Twitter files. Matt Taibbi, one of the greatest journalists of our time, just dropped this on Twitter. This is actually one of the best pieces of journalism by one of the best journalists of our time, and it's dropped right on Twitter like this in a series of tweets. I think it's like 44 tweets, and it just says one thread, the Twitter files. And this is like such a sign of an incredible writer, though. Like, most journalists are like, I can't just put it on Twitter. How will it look? This guy broke it down into tweets that are better journalism than most people at New York Times, whatever. Like, while those guys are looking at Twitter like, oh, that's not real writing. It's only one sentence and it's insulting and fighting. His righteousness is so high, Taibbi, that even on Twitter, as a Twitter article, it's coming out better than most real mainstream journalism. But anyway, this is the Twitter files, and it's basically him exposing how Twitter, let me put the thing on it. How Twitter was hiding, covering up the Hunter Biden story. That's actually an old one. This is the new one. Elon, Hunter, and Taibibi the Habibi. This is very much a Taibibi the Habibi, because what he has done here is powerful journalism, some of the best work in the game. Let's read some of it. Thread, the Twitter files. 2. What you're about to read is the first installment in a series based upon thousands of internal documents obtained by sources at Twitter. 3. The Twitter files tell an incredible story from inside one of the world's largest and most influential social media platforms. It is a Frankenstein tale of a human-built mechanism grown out of control of its designer. Wow. Twitter, in its inception, was a brilliant tool for enabling instant mass communication, making a true real-time global conversation possible for the first time. In an early conception, Twitter more than lived up to its mission statement, giving people the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. As time progressed, however, the company was slowly forced to add those barriers. Some of the first tools for controlling speech were designed to combat the likes of spam and financial fraudsters. And we just talked about some financial fraudsters today. You got to watch that. Fair enough. Slowly, over time, Twitter staff and executives began to find more and more uses for these tools. Outsiders began petitioning the company to manipulate speech, as well as first a little, then more often, then constantly. By 2020, this is incredible journalism. Like, the references are here. The dates are here. This guy's incredible. By 2020, the requests from connected actors to delete tweets were routine. One executive would write to another, more to review from the Biden team. The reply would come back, handled. He did some handled joke. More to review from Biden team. Oh, these were dick pics, I think. I think some of these were dick pics, but then some of them were maybe some Ukrainian corruption issues. I'm just saying, he worked at a Ukrainian energy company. I don't think he was qualified to work there. I think he worked there because his dad was vice president. And there's some interesting back and forth going on. So some of it was dick pics, and you want to censor the dick pics, censor it. I forgive you. I forgive you if you censor the dick pics. I forgive you for that. But to censor if there's some kind of corruption going on, something, whatever, and to not show that story because the election is in 8 days, this is unacceptable. It's immoral. It's wrong, and it needs to be stopped right immediately. Number 9, celebrities and unknowns alike could be removed or reviewed at the behest of the political party. I grabbed the first one under SI, defer to safety on the high-profile second one. Wow. Both parties had access to these tools. For instance, in 2020, requests from both the Trump White House and the Biden campaign were received and honored. However, the system wasn't balanced. It was based on context because Twitter was and is overwhelmingly staffed by people of one political orientation. And this is where the Democrats reveal themselves as a bunch of sinners. There were more channels, more ways to complain. Open to the left, well, Democrats, then the right. Whew. Okay, contributions by party of recipient, cycle. Whoa, dude. Republicans gave $451? Cheap, dude. Like, guys, Do something. Then they went to 14,000, then 11,000, compared to 909,000. Why are they allowed to donate this much money to Twitter? How is this acceptable? This is totally non-righteous. This is non-righteous, people. And the Republicans are so goddamn cheap. Can you guys like up your bribery here? I mean, they're still winning mostly, but this is pathetic. Republicans, are they just so behind on tech? What's going on? I guess because people at Twitter just don't like them, so they're like, no, we're not interested. No, we don't want your money. We will be corrupted by the righteous ones. Thank you. We won't be corrupted by a Republican. No, our corruption is left-wing corruption only. Goodbye. Thank you. Ridiculous. 12. The resulting slant in content moderation decisions is visible in the documents we're about to read. However, it's also the assessment of multiple current and former high-level executives. Okay, there was one more throat clearing about the process, but screw it. Let's jump forward. 16. Okay. Wow, it's incredible journalism. The Twitter Files, Part 1. How and why Twitter blocked the Hunter Biden laptop story. Great. Wow, that was all set up. So 16 in, we're at the main meat. We're in the first act, you could say. 17, October 14th, 2020, the president published Biden's secret emails, an expose based on the contents of Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop. This is a great article, and this is basically the article that was suppressed by all the news networks. And it's unacceptable, and it's immoral. And I can't believe how many regular people I know that are they're left-wing, but they're like, hey man, why do you got to bring that up? What are you doing? What are you working for Trump? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop working for Trump. Stop it. Can just put the truth, man. You make him rotten. You are making his mind rotten. Because then he's going to get spoiled, you idiots. 18. Twitter took extraordinary steps to suppress the story, removing links and posting warnings that it may be unsafe. Come on, man. Unsafe? Now it's more sexy, you idiots. They even blocked its transmission via direct message, a tool hitherto reserved for extreme cases, example, child pornography. Wow. Wow. So they used to only have that on something that's righteous, like don't let someone do child pornography. And then they just said, no, Hunter Biden laptop story. Just suppress it so that Trump doesn't win, basically. Because it was 8 days or 10 days before the election, and they thought that this would swing the election, I guess. White House spokeswoman Kayleigh McEnany was locked out of her account for tweeting about the story, prompting a furious letter from Trump campaign staffer Mike Hahn, who said, at least pretend to care for the next 20 days. Wow. Well, let's read that letter. Kayleigh McEnany has been locked out of her account for simply talking about the New York Post story. All she did was cite the story and first-hand reporting that has been reported by other outlets and not disputed by the Biden campaign. I need an answer immediately on when and how she will be unlocked. I also don't appreciate. Come on, man. I also don't appreciate how nobody on this team called me regarding the news that you'll be censoring news articles. Like I said, at least pretend to care for the next 20 days, would you idiots? Mike Hahn. Number 20. This led public policy executives Carolyn Strom to send out a polite WTF query. WTF query? A WTF query. White House transfer. Because that's a what the fuck theory. What the fuck query. Several employees noted that there was tension between the comms/policy teams who had little less control over moderation and the safety trust teams. Okay, hold on. I'm going to change the song. There we go. 21. Strom's note returned the answer that the laptop story had been removed for violation of the company's hacked materials policy. Okay. Although several sources recalled hearing about a general warning from federal law enforcement that summer about possible foreign hacks, there's no evidence that I've seen of any government involvement in the laptop story. In fact, that might have been the problem. Yeah. Anyway, listen, I recommend checking it out. It's a great article, and it's It's in so many tweets. I mean, it's in tweets. But that's the thing that I want to talk about. I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about how. I mean, I guess the good news is that the Democrats didn't directly email them and say, "Hey, don't post a story." That's the good news. But then the bad news is that they just self-censored themselves, man. Come on, man. Why the self-censoring? That's the worst, man. And I know people who do this too. If you bring up this Hunter Biden shit, they're like, come on, man, leave him alone. He's a crackhead, and there's corruption. And there's hookers. It's good content, brother. And that's it. There's no way around this. It's good content. So I don't know how you can say, honestly, like, don't comment on it. But anyway. I'm going to... Christopher Edwards Bailey says, great show. Thanks, baby. I know. It's great. I live in Hong Kong. Bumped into them a few times. Very unassuming. Oh, sick, dude. How's it going? Dude, you're in Hong Kong, eh? Christopher, how's Hong Kong doing right now? Is it the hellscape that we all hear about? Obviously not. It never is, right? It's never that bad. Political donations to the congregation. Please ban my enemies. Calvin Picorni, $4.99. Yes, I will ban them. Who is your enemy? I will ban them right now. I will ban them. I will ban. Who is your fool? I will ban them immediately. Oh, wait a minute. You're catching me being corrupt. Wow, I got corrupted so easily. You know what? That's very good. We just role played it. That's basically what happened at Twitter. They're getting millions from Democrats. No money. It's hard to imagine that the Republicans are that cheap. They're on top of their shit. They have way more money than Democrats. Are you kidding me? They probably have the same amount of money. Victor Tober says, I checked the first link. It was dick pics. Worth it? Question, Victor. Worth it? Because I'll pull that shit up. I don't care. Are we allowed to pull up a penis on here? Tell me if it's unacceptable or not or what, but... Oh, yeah. Calvin, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Hong Kong is okay. Christopher Edwards Bailey says, Hong Kong is okay. Very chill. I have to wear masks everywhere. A lot of people leaving, so housing is getting cheaper. Okay. Wow, Christopher, you are a very positive guy. You know that? Because we are getting news like it is a big issue over there. But you're saying that it's not too bad. It's okay. Calvin says, Victor, was it a solid deed? That's what I want to know. It must be. The cockiness of that guy, that kid, he is so aggressive in the market. But really with just coke and hookers. But also like he he became an artist after and started selling artwork. Hunter Biden, I'm talking about. And then he also was doing he bangs. He did bang his. I mean, he did start sleeping with his dead brother's wife. So it is just like we said about the scammers. He's pretty rock and roll. He is pretty rock and roll. So I'm expecting a large penis on that, but you never know. Who knows? You never know. But I do appreciate all of you for coming. This has been lovely. Cody says $450. Cody, like, guys, like, you could put that in an envelope. $450. Like, come on, dude. People just walk around with that in their pockets in America. Confirmed Hunter's dick pics. Calvin, you saw them, eh? Shit, should we just get these Hunter's dick pics? Let's review them. So they're still up? Wow. Good track. I also had a story. Next time we'll talk about this, though. We'll talk about this next time, but I did want to talk to you guys about Canada. There's a new company in Canada that does assisted suicide, Simons. And they put it in an ad and they made assisted suicide look kind of sexy. Should we watch it? I'm kind of scared to put it up for you guys because it's like, am I promoting suicide now? Like, I don't know. Assisted. It's 30 seconds. Let's watch that and then we're going to call it a night. Suicide ad. You're going to be like, damn, that's a pretty sexy ad. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, suicide? I don't know. I mean, Never thought about it before, but after I saw that ad, I was like, shit. Looks sick. Suicide looks sick. Look at this.
Last breaths are sacred. When I imagine my final days, I see bubbles. I see the ocean. I see music. Even now, as I seek help to end my life, there is still so much beauty. You just have to be brave enough to see it.
Shanty, 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 shanty. All is beauty, Simons. All is beauty. Wow, all is beauty, Simons. What a nice ad, though, right? I don't know. I almost am feeling like, you know, don't like. What if someone's thinking about it and then they watch that ad? They're like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." And then they just plan. I mean, I guess what they're saying is like you plan a banger last day, and then you call it a day. And here's the problem. From what I've heard from the Hindus, I'll tell you the Hindu theory. If you kill yourself, you have to do 7 more lives, and they'll all be exactly the same. You're not allowed to leave like that because your energy will stay in the same stuck position, and it will come back in the same spot. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Don't have exact facts on that. Don't have the exact, there's no way to know exactly, you know. How do I go to their website? There's all these articles on it, though. Opinion. What euthanasia has done to Canada. Oh, my God. The New York Times has an opinion. That is an exciting opinion. Hold on. Yeah. Simon's assisted death. Opinion. What euthanasia does. Women featured in pro-euthanasia commercial wanted to live, say friends. She just did it for the acting gig. Come on, guys. Just to get the acting gig? Can you imagine they're holding auditions for this commercial? They're like, hey, we're looking for like middle-aged woman, spiritual, like middle-aged, little over middle-aged, spiritual, wants to commit suicide, blonde hair, Caucasian, wants to kill herself. Did we mention wants to kill herself? Wants to kill herself. You know, kind of like has a yoga look. Someone could be she could be doing breath work. She could be doing breath work and yoga, that kind of look. And oh, did I mention wants to commit suicide? Yeah, we need someone who wants to commit suicide. Why is that a story that the woman featured in the pro-euthanasia commercial wanted to live, says friends. I feel like I'm falling through the cracks. So if I'm not able to access healthcare, am I then able to access death care? Hatch said in a CTV interview. Jennifer Hatch, 37, was the central figure that celebrated Hatch's last days before seeking medically assisted suicide. Damn, at 37? 37. This is another issue that only conservatives care about, right? Why are liberals? Liberals are into this, basically. You know, like this and any, yeah, there is just so much sin, says Victor Viv, says Calvin Picorni. Calvin Picorni. Imagine being the video editor. How do I make suicide look sick AF? Yeah, dude, that's it. Just this guy comes in and he goes, I have a vision for the commercial, and what I'm thinking is sexy. I want sexy. I want yoga. I want tantrika. I want yoginis. I want sexy on the beach. We're doing yoga. We're doing breath work. We're living our best lives. We're doing self-care. And then we're doing self-suicide. It shows Hunter asking questions in a way that shows he knows nothing about Burisma. It outlines threats made by Joe himself. It shows massive amounts of corruption data Republicans are working on. And yo, Applejack, sorry to jump on topics. Yo, Applejack, I'll come back to that. But thanks for the heads up on that. People are going to kill themselves anyway. Why not die peacefully? Victor Tober. Honestly, Victor, part of me agrees with you. Part of me does agree with you. And then another part of me is saying, but we have to celebrate life. We have to fight for life. There's another part of me that says that, Victor. There's another part of me that says this might be a big sin, Victor. I don't know, brother. Is it okay to just end it? According to the Hindus, you're not supposed to. You get 7 more. You get 7 more lives. Jennifer Hatch, 37, was the central figure of All Is Beauty, a 3-minute film produced by Simons that celebrated Hatch's last days before seeking medically assisted death. Wow. Like, I thought it was for like senior citizens too. You know what I'm saying? 37. 37? The film opens with a caption reading, "The most beautiful exit," and features images of Hatch throwing a Tofino beach party just days before her scheduled death date. You know, it is like if a corporation is selling something, they always make it sexy. Like, even tampons are like, so like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I'm going to go to a party. I'm going to go to a party. I'm going to do dancing. And like, they're always doing something that spreads the legs. They're getting on a motorcycle. They're dancing, skirts. I'm on my period, but it's so hot. It's sexy. Which it is. It's fine. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying when corporations pick up anything, they're like, we got to make it sexy. So on this one, they just made suicide, I guess, sexy. When I imagine my final days, I see music. I see the ocean. Hatch can be heard saying in a voiceover. When I imagine my final days, I see music. I see the ocean. Hatch can be heard. Oh, sorry. Simons has since removed the ad from its online channels after it was subjected to widespread criticism that it was romanticizing Canada's increasingly problematic maid regime. Tama Recker, a friend of Hatch, told CTV last week that her friend was ultimately comfortable with the decision to seek maid, but that she also wanted to highlight a healthcare system that was very broken. Part of what Jennifer wanted to do is get people talking, said Recker. Oh, man. That's so sad. That is sad that our healthcare system is and we have free healthcare, people. Man, Canada has pretty decent healthcare. If you're coming from US, you should look at Canada and be like, yeah, that's a good healthcare. And then still, last year, BC woman Donna Duncan was able to swiftly receive approval for assisted suicide in an Abbotsford hospital after years of unsuccessful attempts to find treatment for chronic mental health issues. The killing of Duncan so blindsided her family that they referred the case to RCMP for investigation. You know what? We all have to remember that we're all suffering. I was just in a meditation, and this woman, and we did the Ho'oponopono meditation at the end. Ho'oponopono. It's basically like there's 4 parts to it. It's like 4 parts of Ho'oponopono. It's the most beautiful. It's like a Hawaiian Ho'oponopono. It's a loving kindness prayer. I'll tell you what it is. No, Ho'oponopono traditional. Etymology. No, what is the actual words? Oh my God! Everyone's just talking about like what it is. Like I'm not getting the actual how to practice it in 4 simple steps. Give me the prayer, guys. Give me the. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Here it is. This is the prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. That's it. That's the Ho'oponopono prayer. It's an incredible prayer. This guy told us the thing, and he was saying how like life is hard right now, and people are having a hard time, and don't feel bad if you're feeling stressed or worried or anxious about things, because everyone is kind of feeling like that, and there is this feeling that like I'm the only one feeling like that. So that I think was what leads to that feeling of isolation of like you have no one around. But anyway, he's telling us the prayer in relation to the prayer, and then this woman is on the phone. It's called a Ho'oponopono. This woman like does a question and answer after it. She goes, "What was that prayer you did? Porno?" I'm like, lady, there's no way. Shit, porno. Is that's what you thought it was? You thought it was porno. The most beautiful guided meditation. The most beautiful meditation. You thought it was What's that prayer you did? A porno? Come on, man. But that is so silly that I could so easily be mistaken for that. And it's step 1, repentance. I'm sorry. Step 2, ask forgiveness. Please forgive me. Step 3, gratitude. Thank you for the forgiveness. Step 4, love. I love you. That's the 4 steps. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And this is on the Laughter Online University. What the hell is the Laughter? I got to show you guys this. What the hell is the Laughter Online University? Laughter Online University. What we do, educate, motivate. Oh my God, these guys are doing. We're messengers of hope. Our world is in crisis. We live in a sedentary age of increasing social isolation, sharply rising healthcare costs, and mental health challenges. Wow. Exactly. This is it. This is exactly the message. Do you see how God's putting it all together for the congregation? Do you see how God's put his hand on this? So that we can do commentary on these sinners. What a beautiful website. Laughter Online. I got to save this website now. I'm saving it. Only 1 in 4 U.S. adults and 1 in 5 high school students get the recommended levels of physical activity. That's not good. 8 in 10 U.S. adults are affected by stress. No, also not good. Over 40% of U.S. adults have a comorbid condition. 80% of employees say that they are disengaged at work. 60%. This is wild. This is a great. And then they have laughter wellness. Wow, basically what we're doing.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Gendry. In this short video, it's about 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you a method I created called laughter wellness.
Wow. There's another laughter guruji. Honestly, I think I'm going to get out of this. I think I'm going to get out of the podcasting and the comedy game and just go into the full, I'm doing laughter meditations. Why write jokes? I'm driving myself crazy writing jokes over here, and these guys do just laugh. And it will create a laughter. It's like smiling. It's like if you're happy, you smile. But actually, feedback loop. Smile, you get happy. It's the same thing with laughter. I could tell you something funny, then you laugh. Ha 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 ha. But if the goal is to have a laughter, just laugh. Ha 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 ha. Goes back to the brain. Something funny's happening. We think it's one way. Something funny's happening. Ha ha ha. Laugh. This is. I can't believe I found another guru. Have you guys seen? You guys. I think I've showed you guys the Laughing Baba. You got to get on this guy's. Got to get on this guy's thing. Oh, here's the other guy too. Here, let me put this in here. This is the official 650,000. What's this?
My name is Madan Kataria.
He just opens with the laughs. He just opens, nothing happened yet. He just opens with the laughs. These guys are geniuses. We think they're idiots. We think they're losers. No, they're laughing for no reason. We are the dum-dums, people. Trying to find reasons to laugh. Even the other video, he just opens a ha ha ha. Actually, this guy was telling me that he saw these Zen laughing monks in Asia, maybe in Japan, and he said as soon as you start talking to them, they just see it, they go ha ha ha. This is how you have come, Bhagwan? Ah, ha, ha, ha.
I'm a medical doctor and the founder of Laughter Yoga. Everybody can laugh when times are good. But how do you laugh when you go through the challenges like the one we have right now? This is where Laughter Yoga can help you.
We're going to end with this. We're going to end the show with this guru, this great Guruji. This is powerful teachings. Of course, Indian guy. Kataria. Of course, brown guy. He looks white, but I think he's brown.
You can laugh.
Accent too.
Even if you don't feel like laughing. Even if you're not happy, stressed out. Because in Laughter Yoga, we are doing laughter as a form of exercise. This is not a comedy. Are you ready to laugh with me? But wait. Let me explain what is Laughter Yoga and then we will laugh.
Wow.
Scientific studies have proven that
This is very important for the
even if you
culture.
laugh for the sake of laughing, even voluntary laughter will bring the same benefit as genuine laughter. Okay, the first laughter exercise is warm-up exercise. Since it's very difficult to laugh without a reason, we need to do some warm-up.
Wow. I should make you guys do this at the beginning of every
Different
episode.
laughing sounds as a form of exercises. So please follow me. Shake your hands.
This is amazing.
Next step is breathing.
But then he's
Breathing is very important.
yeah, it does trail off. Like he's just oh, there's nothing to laugh about.
Part of laughter yoga. In fact, laughter itself is like a breathing exercise. When you're laughing, you are exhaling, and there is a lot of residual air in your lungs which gets eliminated when you laugh. So put your hands out like this and take a long deep breath. Hold your breath while exhaling, laugh it out. Let's do it once again. Take a long deep breath. Hold it, and laugh it out. Are you feeling better? Okay, the next step is childlike playfulness. We call it childlike cheers. And it goes, very good, very good. Yay!
Oh my God.
Do it with me. Very good, very good. Yay!
Wow, imagine this is at the suicide prevention. I feel like a lot of people will be like, nah, sorry, this music is too much. Pranahaha. Pranahaha. That makes sense. That's so funny.
Next exercise in laughter yoga is fake it until you make it. I told you that even if you are laughing on purpose, even voluntary laughter will give you the same benefits as spontaneous laughter. So let's pretend laughing and let it get into your next.
I don't know if I have enough love in my heart to do this. And it really scares me. I don't think I have the love in my heart for it because there is a cynical voice in my head saying like, come on, man, what are you going to laugh? Let's all laugh together.
So laughter. Okay, ready? Do it with me. And you can shake your neck. Are you laughing with me? Come on.
I am. I feel like an idiot. But I'm laughing. I'm crazy. I'm going crazy.
Exercises can reduce stress, strengthen your immune system, and keep your mind positive. So let's do another exercise, which is most popular exercise in laughter yoga. It's called milkshake laughter.
We have to finish
hold
this.
2 glasses of milk.
Oh my God.
And pour one into each other. And then
I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot.
And go.
Take me to the mental health ward. I mean, you can't.
If you're lactose
maybe it
intolerant,
works.
you can mix it and throw it away. Let's do it.
Wow.
Very good. Very good. Yay. One of the funniest exercises in laughter yoga is called credit card bill laughter. So just imagine you have received a bill for your Visa card or MasterCard. Put your palm like this and look at your bill and show it to her.
I don't have the money.
This is not funny.
I'm so broke. I have no money. I don't know. Why did they let me spend it? That's wrong that they let me spend that much.
Good. Very good. Yay.
Damn. Oh my God. And there's a white guy. This is a legit white guy doing it. Anyway, I think that's enough, guys. I think we did some great laughter exercise. We did some powerful teachings, powerful exercises today. It's working. I'm laughing. I'm still very depressed. Calvin, listen. We're Yeah, you know, maybe that's the problem, is that the cynicism is high, right? Like it's hard to overcome it and just do the laugh. But if you go full hard, I mean, I do like the credit card bill one. If that's actually really smart, and it is funny. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Listen, that was a full righteousness review. We got Ye, we got Jones, we got Holmes, we got Hunter, we got Musk, we got SBF. All have been forgiven. We forgive all of them. They're all a bunch of sinners. They're foolish. They know not what they do. And when I say forgive, I don't mean that we shouldn't lock them up. They need to get locked up. But don't carry burden in your mind. Forgive them. Okay, you are foolish. Now go to jail. That's what I think needs to happen. And that is the drip for Monday, December 5th. Thanks for coming, everyone. You are loved. Calvin Picorni, thank you so much for donation. McZemzem, you are here. We are blessed. Thank you, Amish. And hey, make sure you come to my loving kindness meditation every Sunday, 9 p.m. on Zoom. The congregation is growing over there, and there's more people every week, and it's becoming very powerful. Victor Tober, thanks for coming. McZemzem, CB Applejack. Oh, CB Applejack. Less suffering is better. We can't stop them from doing it. What we should do is help them before they get to that stage. Yeah, that's true. That is really sad. I think the Liver King shouldn't be forgiven. He literally scammed people on his vitamins and his way of life, using the claim that it made him that way, negating the massive amounts of steroids. Yeah, no, listen, look, that's the thing with forgiveness. It doesn't mean that you don't lock them up. That you got to lock them up. Actually, even Thich Nhat Hanh says this, the number one thing you have to do for someone if they're suffering from some kind of issue like this is to take the thing away from them. That's the first loving kindness you can give to them, is to take away the steroids, take away the lies and the sinning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's more of like a forgiven, like you're more like forgiving him in God's eyes. Like, this idiot thought that he had to lie about this. He is so obsessed with his looks that he's trying to say that he doesn't even need steroids. Like, I mean, it's crazy. He's living a lie. That's where the forgiveness is, but it's not on like he shouldn't be charged. He should be fully prosecuted. Christopher Edwards Bailey, Liver King. Yes, Liver King is free. Yeah, I'm gonna forgive him. I'm gonna forgive him. And like I said, doesn't mean that he's allowed to do it. It just means that he's clearly like a weirdo, and maybe he had issues making friends or whatever it is, and he turned into a weird. Honestly, all the big muscle people, I'm always like, you can be friends without going so obsessed on the muscles. You can get girls. You can be friends with people. I mean, get a little jacked, but anyone who goes extra jacked, I'm like, girls aren't even into it anymore. So then you're just driving yourself crazy. So then I have forgiveness on like, you got too obsessed on this one path, and it's weird. It's like it doesn't even make sense. Impeachment for Biden as we speak, citing things found on Hunter's laptop. CB Applejack, that is true. There's definitely some corruption. Even if it's just moral corruption, but it might be legal corruption. And Hunter Biden's laptop is being searched right now. And dude, if the Republicans, you know what? The last like 3 or 4 presidents have all gone through an impeachment attempt. It's almost like standard American politics at this point, where you just do an impeachment attempt just to tie them up and make them not be able to do stuff. It's like so standard, and it's pathetic, man. America needs to stop doing these impeachment. Every president gets an impeachment. It's bullshit now. But I guess this time it does make sense, because if there is corruption on the laptop, then it has to be the impeachment. And listen, that's the best thing you can do for him and the family, because then they will stop being rotten and they will, get their shit together. Anyway, I'm going to go. You guys have been fantastic. I can talk to you all night. Love this congregation. Love yous. You're beautiful. You're doing great. Do some laughter yoga. If you're feeling down, do some laughter yoga. Humberto Rodriguez was here. Mo Tabet was here. Mr. Chess. Lawrence Ohms, thanks for coming. Brian Beers, a waiting room baby. And of course, we got a lot of regulars here. Thank you guys so much for coming. You are loved. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell your friends. I'll see you next week. Peace.